It's down to the wire in the tight New York governor's race between incumbent Kathy Hochul and her Republican challenger, Congressman Lee Zeldin.
The two candidates are doing everything they can to get their supporters to the polls tomorrow. There are a number of factors that could influence the outcome. One factor is voter turnout. Another factor is the number of competitive races, which will also be on the ballot. And finally, the Working Families Party, well, that party could make a difference too.
CBS 2 political reporter Marcia Kramer joins us with the biggest matchup in the state. Marcia.
Well, Dick and Dana, it may very well be the success of the Working Families Party that turns the tide. The influential third party has to get more than 130,000 votes to retain its ballot line. They're working hard to get out the vote for Kathy Hochul, and it may help. Lee Zeldin hopes it doesn't.
Put in long days, but I have been running a marathon since August 24th, but I've always done it at a sprinter's pace. And this is when I really step up. I love campaigning.
It's Kathy Hochul's 14th election, but she's never had as much on the line, asking New York voters to elect her in her own right to a full 4-year term as governor of New York. And while she's been filling out the unexpired term of Andrew Cuomo, she would be the first woman elected governor in the Empire State.
You peak on election day, that's all that matters.
With the race unexpectedly close in heavily Democratic New York, Hochul spent the day trying to galvanize voters in a very unpredictable year. The turnout could depend on a number of factors: the number of highly competitive congressional races on Long Island and in the Hudson Valley and upstate, the success of the Working Families Party to get voters to the polls, and of course the key issue of crime and public safety. Hochul tackling Republican challenger Lee Zeldin for rushing to crime scenes to highlight the issue.
He has been hyperventilating, trying to scare people for months, and New Yorkers are onto it.
Zeldin has been unrelenting in his focus on crime. He was at a Bronx subway station where a man was stabbed in the neck yesterday. He urged voters with a desire to save the state to head to the polls and vote for him.
This current direction does not work. Kathy Hochul is not getting this job done. I look forward to doing everything I can to make the streets of New York safer.
And although New York City has long been regarded as a Democratic stronghold, nearly 70% of city voters register as Democrats. Zeldin thinks his success in New York City will determine the outcome.
If we get less than 30% of the vote in New York City, we can't win the race. If we get 35% or more, it's really difficult for us to lose the race. What we would like to do is be able to hit the mid-30s. As far as turnout goes, my position is absolutely everybody needs to get out and vote tomorrow.
Well, an interesting development in the race. Lee Zeldin came out today in favor of term limits, saying that even though there is no term limit law for governor, he will only serve 2 terms if he wins. Now, term limits are a pet issue of one of his biggest supporters, billionaire Ron Lauder, who has donated $11 million to a Zeldin super PAC. Lauder's mother is the cosmetic icon, Estee Lauder. Dana and Dick.
Marcia, we'll be just following your every reporting move over the next 48 hours. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Marcia.